My name is Nicole Irwin, and I believe in acceptance. Looking back, I never realized my childhood was different from everyone else's. We didn't struggle with materialistic things, but I began to realize my true struggle was that all I really wanted was attention from my parents. I grew to understand that I wasn't able to receive the attention I desired because drugs were their main priority. I saw things that most kids don't see until parties in their teens. I saw anything between people high on drugs to the drugs themselves. Since I was a curious child and was snooping around my parents' room, I saw it all. I saw all their stashes, all their money, and all their druggy friends who walked in and out day and night. Since they roamed wherever they pleased, my family turned to surveillance. My house was covered with video cameras because it wasn't safe enough. My sister and I would even kick druggies out sometimes because they changed our television shows and ate all our food. We learned how to be independent, something that most people don't figure out until their early 20s. Even though our parents were physically there for us, they were mentally on another planet. They gave us material things just to get us to leave them alone because the most important thing was to get high. They got out of control and started to get attention from the law. It wasn't abnormal that the cops were looking for them, but it was abnormal that they actually caught them. Even though I had no clue what that meant, I decided to accept it. My house got raided while we were visiting my family, and my life was forever changed. My dad took the fall for his and my mom's actions and served his days because of it. 3 years was his longest sentence, and I had hoped it was going to be eye-opening enough to make him change. He would call every time he had the chance and promise that this time, things are going to be different. He was going to be clean. I played the role of the daughter who visited him in and out of jail. However, I did learn that his life decisions weren't the right ones, but I gave him the forgiveness and love because that's what he needed the most. This wasn't his first sentence, and I feared it wasn't going to be his last, but I accepted that it was the present. When my dad was released from prison, life seemed to have a new perspective. We were happy, and he finally stuck to his word and began NA meetings. I let the new life absorb me and give me something to believe in. He embraced recovery and soon realized him and my mom wanted more. They wanted another baby. At first, resentment consumed me. How could they give a life when they just regained theirs back? I was upset because not only was my dad just becoming my dad, but I had to share something I've never had, his attention. The thought that this baby was going to have the life I always craved ate at me. I was jealous. But as soon as my mother announced her pregnancy, I accepted it. That didn't stop me from pondering questions about the meaning of another baby. I wanted to know if they were trying to prove to my sister and me that they could give this baby a better life than we had. I was conflicted with their motives, and I wanted to be selfish and stubborn. I had a new beginning, and I wanted it all to myself. When my dad gave up his corrupted life, I imagined life as carefree and was scared that once the baby came into our lives, it meant even newer beginning. But as soon as my baby sister Mackenzie came to life, none of that mattered anymore. Every feeling was smashed away because I wanted her to have my mom and dad whenever she needed them. I learned that acceptance can bring out things you could never imagine. If I was selfish and didn't accept what life had in store for me, my family wouldn't be as whole as it is today. All I had to do was accept the changes that were laid out in front of me. If I ever thought that one baby was enough, life wanted to throw in an unexpected turn, and now my mom is expecting another baby. And guess what? I accepted it.